Hello, this is Grandma Jan from Red Toad Art Studios, and today we are going to look at some different methods of storing your art supplies. I know if you've gotten into collage work, you have scads of magazines and flyers and pictures of all kinds, and it's hard to know how to store them. And as you collage more and more, you will gather more and more stuff to collage, and there's really no perfect way to store them so that you can find a picture when you want it. But I'm going to give you some ideas that I am using at the present, and you may want to try it for yourself. Now, on Amazon, which is just about my favorite store, I'm a grandma and I don't drive very much anymore, so I like these stores that I can go to my computer, and where we live I can get an Amazon order sometimes the very same day. Whoa, that is amazing. So everything that I'm going to show you, I think, came from Amazon, and I will try to link to it. Hopefully they still sell them. One thing I enjoy is these plastic envelopes that will hold a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbooking paper. Here is a 12 by 12 piece I have, and it will fit right in here. And so few things that I have found hold a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I like to scrapbook, and I also like to collage. And scrapbooking paper works great for both of these arts. So I have quite a bit of it. And I have quite a bit of just, these single pages that seem to collect when you do this. And so these envelopes are perfect. And they also will stretch out here at the bottom. You call it a gusset, I think, to at least a ½ an inch, and you can hold a whole big amount of scrapbooking paper or pictures from big magazines even in these. So I have a whole section where I have collected my scrapbooking papers like this, and I have the color written on this side, and then I just put it on a shelf. And I have red, yellow, brown, whatever colors you happen to have. These are great for scrapbooking paper. And then for images out of magazines, I have made several categories. I don't have them all right here. Animals, birds, people, men, women, children, buildings. I have all kinds of categories. I've listed them on the outside, and I've filed these alphabetically on my shelf, just upright, and put my pictures in these. And then within these, I like to use these page protectors. And within these, I have different categories. Within animals, for instance, right here is wild animals. And in this page protector, I've put all kinds of wild animal pictures. I don't know what else I have here. I have small animals, cats, dogs, horses, amphibians, and then I put all these categories of animals in one of these large envelopes, and then when I want a certain kind of animal, I know exactly where to go. Now, the downfall of this system isn't in the system. It's in me, because I don't always keep these filed the way I should. And I actually have one of these actually labeled to file, where I stick all my pictures that I need to file, and I'll do them all at once and put them in my categories. But I find this a very handy system, especially if I keep it up. I started out, and you might start out that way if you don't do too much collaging, putting these in a notebook and doing the same thing. I would have one labeled animals, one labeled buildings, and so on, and put them in a notebook. But I found as my collection grew that, well, if you wanted to have a lot of these and a lot of categories, it would work. But I would overfill this, and then it would be spilling out, and that's when I went to the bigger envelope system. But if you don't have a lot of pictures, this will work in a notebook just great. Now, I also had a problem storing the pictures I made. Now, I could throw them in a drawer, and they probably stay fairly safe, but they'll get wrinkled corners, bent corners, and things will come unglued, and they'll end up at the bottom of the drawer. And so I was looking for something to use to store my pictures in. And I found this at Walmart. I got 3 of them. I don't remember what I paid for them. It wasn't much. They open up like this. It has a corner here. And then it has just these big pockets. Now this is one that will hold 11 by 14 pictures, I believe it is, because this is 11 by 14. And I slip my collages in here when I don't want to hang them on my wall. Now I would hang them on a wall that was 2 miles wide and took frames and didn't push everything else out of our house. I would hang them all up. I'm sure you feel the same way. I would hang all of them up. But there's not enough room. But you can do, I believe it's 60 pictures in one of these, if you do them front and back. And this is just a great way to store your pictures if you're not hanging them up. So I will link to this. This is great. I got 3 in a pack, and we'll find out what they cost now when I look them up. But aren't these great? There's 3 of them. These are wonderful for storing your artwork in. They're not elegant, and they're not heavy duty. This plastic is real light. It's like plastic wrap almost. But it will do what we want it to do, which is protect our artwork. You can also order a set of these cardboard, would you call them? I think I would have called them a magazine holder. And use the same page protectors and put different kinds of paper and things that you're collecting in this and store them in these boxes in your shelves. And these hold a lot of your papers, and it does a good job. Now, this idea I got online, but I cannot tell you where I got it, and I apologize to the lady who put it up because it's a great idea that I don't have your name. But get you a sketchbook, and you can put them in your book by using a tape runner like this and just doing a little bit on the back, putting it on, and when you want to use it, see how easy it comes up? Just like that. And I have a lot of things stored in here too. Now, I started this when I was scrapbooking. I also use it when I am collaging. Here's Halloween things. Flowers. Watch this. This is one I put in. And there it is, ready to use, and it didn't hurt it at all. And if I decide I don't want to use it, I can put it back. And this just stores scads and scads of material. I've got all my butterflies together, my flowers, and it goes on and on. The only problem is you can tell they're sticking together just a little bit. But not enough to stop me from using this method, because it's so hard when these are in a box to find exactly what you're hunting for. But again, there is one downfall to this method, and the downfall is me, because I tend not to keep it up. So, that is another idea you might put to use. I have found very handy. And the easier you can make it to find things when it comes to making your art, the more apt you are to do it, and to do it in a way that pleases you. When you can't find your materials, you know you have it, but you're not sure where it is, it has a way of dampening your enthusiasm to make that art. So this is something I've been working at to try and make this easier. I hope this has given you some ideas on what you can do, and as I come across other ideas, I will make another video and show you other ideas how to organize your art. But I think these actually work pretty well. So I hope you're having a great day, and this has given you an idea on how to organize your art supplies, your collage supplies, any supplies you have. Seems like any type of art seems to require supplies, different kinds of supplies, but those that require paper, this is a good way of doing it. So I hope this has given you some good ideas, and I will see you later. Bye-bye for now.